Rolling and mark it.
Whether you use your FX3 this way or this way, this latest version 2 firmware changes the way you work with this camera. And in a good way, of course. It's a firmware update so powerful, the FX3 feels like a completely new camera now, especially with pro features like Cine EI. If you have not experienced a Cine EI workflow before, there's a chance you might find this mode on the camera to be a bit of a mystery. It's more commonly used on high-end cinema workflows, but the idea of Cine EI is by always shooting at the camera's base ISO and controlling noise levels, it lets you take those 15 amazing stops of dynamic range on your FX3 and shift it towards where you need it most. If a scene has highlights that are particularly hot, you can expose it as an EI that's got more room for highlights. The way you tell is by that number behind every EI value. That number is how many stops you've got for your bright bits. And if a dark look is what you're after, choose an EI that prioritizes shadows over highlights and you'll get a clean, noise-free image. The fact that the FX3 has 2 base ISOs makes the Cine EI workflow extremely flexible to help you capture the best image possible. The FX3 also gains compatibility for timecode syncing thanks to this adapter cable that plugs right into the FX3's USB port. With this, you can now sync the FX3's internal timecode to an external source, which saves you time in post when using this for multicam productions. It's really the pro features like these that fit the FX3 right in when used alongside cameras like the FX6, FX9, or even VENICE. In fact, you'll now even find the FX3 on the list of Netflix-approved cameras. Yet, if some of these features sound too overwhelming, please don't sell your camera yet. You can still use it the same way you did, just with even more features at your disposal, like the ability to load your very own LUTs into the camera. When shooting in S-Log, you've now got the freedom to monitor your picture using a custom LUT that you imported. But for those insanely tight deadlines when you just can't be bothered to tinker with log footage, and I'm looking at you same-day edits, the Reborn FX3 does give you the option to bake your LUTs right into your recorded footage, behaving essentially like picture profiles. The Flexi ISO mode is also right there for times when you want to shoot S-Log but without adopting the Cine EI workflow, just like old times with picture profiles 8 and 9. And in this firmware, even the display's been thoughtfully tweaked, so none of the info text obstructs your picture. Once you move on to post, you can also now stabilize your footage directly inside Premiere Pro using the new Catalyst Prepare plugin. So sure, the FX3 we thought we knew is behaving a little differently now, but I like to think of it as a side effect of supercharging an already great piece of hardware. Whatever it was you were doing with this, it only gets better now.
Sony.